Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and one of the questions I've been asked a lot, and I thought I would cover briefly, and I know this may not be useful to everybody, it'll be helpful to some people, but a lot of people are asking me, Jason, since you don't eat meat and you don't eat milk products, do you need to supplement vitamins and minerals? And I would say the answer is no, and the reason is because a lot of foods that you have today are already fortified with these things. Now, I still supplement vitamin D3 because I believe, particularly me living in a darker country like England, that you simply need more. But right now, that's the only vitamin supplement I take. And I'll show you guys some examples of foods that I use regularly to hit those numbers. Now, I've showed you guys a vegan protein that I take, which I bought recently. It contains both B12 and D3, which are your two vitamins that you're concerned about if you're not eating any animal products or very, very minimal amounts. So that's covered in my protein powder. One of the other things I do now, this particular one doesn't have both, but any of these soy yogurts tend to be vitamin fortified. A lot of people asking where you're getting your calcium. Well, I eat a ton of greens. I eat a lot of spinach and a lot of broccoli, but this has actual calcium in it. It has calcium phosphate added to it. But in addition to that, this has vitamin D3 in it. Now, this particular brand that I grabbed this time doesn't have the B12 added, but another brand of this that I grabbed, because this is just a Tesco Freeform, the All Pros one has B12 added to it. So if I eat one of these in a day, I would get my B12 with nothing else added. So that's one of the sources I use. Now, in addition to that, I've got my soy milks, and this All Pro one does have it added. This one has calcium, it has B12, and it has vitamin D in it. This covers a lot of those deficiencies that people would be worried about for vegans or vegetarians or people who eat just very little animal products. Now, cereals and breads tend to be loaded also. Now, obviously you guys know that right now with my current diet, I'm only eating all these grains on my refeed days, because I'm keeping my carbs relatively low the other days to help me drop weight. Then my refeed days are massive amounts. And I've got the Cheerios here. Now, these don't have, unfortunately, the B12 added, which I'm surprised, but I'll probably eat this whole box on my refeed tomorrow. But it does have calcium. It has vitamin D. My wife's cereal, these Tesco Special Flakes, these are okay. I don't particularly like these. The same thing, they have added in vitamin B12, vitamin D3. They're added to these things. So a lot of your cereals and things tend to be fortified with this stuff anyways. Particularly a lot of these big whole grain ones of people who are eating because they're trying to eat a bit healthier. They're fortified with these things already, and tons of food are fortified with them. Just like for all of you out there, people talk about milk for your bones. Well, they have to add vitamin D to your milk, and if you're not taking a vitamin D supplement, you're not getting enough sunlight, and they don't add it to your milk, then you're not going to absorb the calcium in the milk anyways. So you run into the same thing with all those other foods that a lot of people think of as being rich in certain things they need. Well, the milk has calcium, but it doesn't have the vitamin D, and you can't absorb and utilize the calcium correctly without it. So a lot of you are already eating fortified foods, even those of you who aren't following the type of dietary approach that I do, and that a lot of my fans and subscribers do. But yeah, because of these things, I do supplement my D3 3 times a week. I don't even take it every day, but I might be able to get away with not even using it during the summer times at all, just due to the regular sunlight and the fact that a lot of these foods that I already eat are fortified with vitamin D. And as far as the B12, I get enough of these fortified foods in regularly that there's no need for me to take a B12 supplement. It's already covered, because the reality is veganism and vegetarianism are becoming a lot more popular, and accordingly, a lot of foods have the B12 added in. And since so many people are deficient in D3 due to our jobs, particularly in darker countries, D3 is added to tons of foods anyways. Alright guys, so that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.